footy fans, welcome back to the Pommy and Oz channel. The AFL pre-season is in full swing. We now have 4 completed games and we got to really have a good gander at the Cats versus the Hawks in what was an entertaining GMHBA type game. Both sides came into this game looking to tune up their structures, looking to test out some new positional changes and also just showcase their moves. And while the scoreboard really is the secondary in these few weeks, there's plenty to unpack from this hit out. In this video, we will be breaking down with a little match review and then giving you 5 talking points to go home and have a chat with your mates. Or if you're like me, you chat to your wife about it and she pretends she's interested. But they will be Will Day, his dominating midfield performance and his brief foray in the forward line. Josh Battle, then Hawthorn's new recruit. How did that look? Bailey Smith, he rocked the headband. How did he go on? Ollie Henry and Brad Close looking to be a potent combo to aid Jeremy Cameron. And 5, Finn Maginness looking that he's going to break out in 2025. So let's not waste any time. Let's crack on with the intro and we'll see you on the other side. So the Cats did edge out the Hawks at this one, and both teams really did hit the ground running. This is 2 sides that we have probably in the calculations for the top 4. Both of them hit this game with the ground running, and from the opening bounce, it was clear it was going to be a very attacking game. Both sides looking to move the ball quickly and really showcasing a little bit of their attacking flair. Geelong really did showcase slick movement, and the defence from transition was absolutely fantastic. And although there isn't a Tom Hawkins there now, there's a Tom Hawkins-sized hole, it was interesting to see Ollie Henry really step up. And we've seen him play that third tall in the forward line. He really did look ready to feed on that space as Jeremy Cameron bursts up to half forward. And the younger brigade, I thought on both sides, really did step up to the challenge. Particularly in Geelong's case, I thought there was a lot of standout performances from their younger guys that probably don't get the love. Meanwhile, Hawthorn, they really did start where they were last year. Excellent forward pressure and trying to get that game going from level 1 to level 5 really quickly. And it showed with Hawthorn getting some momentum and Will Day really being dominant. His ability to push forward, overlap his midfielders and his forwards really did showcase 2 classy goals. And Will Day is definitely someone we'll come on to a bit later. Brad Close showing forward pressure but also adding goals. He was a constant pain in the arse for Geelong when they were, for Hawthorn when they were trying to get the ball out the back. And when the ball did come to him and he had the opportunities, he took them. It was a real tight battle this throughout. Both teams trading goals. It was like a proper heavyweight title fight. In the end, Geelong edging it, finishing with the narrowest of victories. But as always with these practice matches, full caveat. The result isn't in the score, the result is in what we learn. So let's get stuck in to the 5 things that I took out of this game. So numero uno, we'll start with Will Day. And if you are a Hawks fan, you'll be buzzing with Will Day's performance. He's someone that has got a lot of press in the pre-season and he was literally everywhere like he is in the papers. Playing predominantly in the midfield, I thought he controlled the ball really well in the stoppage. I think he used it incredibly well, and he really did look to always drive them forward. The combination with him and Jai Newcombe, who both slid forward at times, really did look stand out to me, and it was something kind of new that we probably didn't see last year. Will Day was more on the wing last year, and he was very good, but this CBA attendance was really solid. Every time he got the ball in his hands, you really did feel like something was going to happen, and good things inevitably did. His ability to stay composed under pressure, his ability to continuously run, really looked really standout-ish. He created lots of overlap runs as well and some real good running lines. And it wasn't just the midfield work that really caught my eye. His ability to push forward, he took the 2 goals really good, but even when he entered inside 50, it was in them hot zones, it looked really dangerous. And he ended up with 2 decent goals as well. So this scoreboard impact threat, along with the score involvement threat, says to me he's going to have a monster 2025. So let me know, Hawthorn fans, what are you guys and girls thinking? Are you excited about him? Genuinely really enjoyed it. Talking point number 2, Josh Battle, the summer recruit. And he looked really rock solid. Now, He was a steady presence, and it wasn't one of them games where you looked at Josh Battle and going, wow, this is like a great player. But what I really enjoyed was just how steady he was. He played really well. He took some really good grabs. I thought he looked really good one-on-one, but also I thought his organisation, his ability to hold the structure. I think Hawthorn are quite a peculiar defensive side versus Saints. Saints are very rigid, and everyone knows where they are. Where Hawthorn is a bit more fluid. I thought he looked incredibly at home early doors. Even when the Cats looked threatening, I thought he looked solid, and you could see that there was some errors there, but this will be as he gets used to playing for a more fluid system. With him playing such a key role in defence, I really thought his distribution was good as well. He looked to play it out to the pockets as they looked to transition quickly, and this did enable James Sicily to spend some time in the forward line towards the end of the game, a move that has been hinted probably all year. And this was really interesting because I think Sicily playing forward in-game, I don't think he'll start purely forward. I think this is going to be like a switch in-game. Suddenly, his ability to compete in the air and bring the ball to ground and make a contest is going to make it a real handy option for him. So what do you guys and girls think? Good solid hit out from Josh Battle first off. What are you thinking of your new toy? Let me know in the comments. I really liked it, and I think what it does long-term for them is really solid because we saw Chol as well look pretty solid up in the forward line as well. So suddenly there's quite a lot of options there for the Hawks. Number 3, we love a headband on this channel, and Bailey Smith, it would be amiss of me not to talk about him. Playing a lot more on the outside this game, but there was elements when he came inside and slotted across half forward. For a guy that's coming off the back of an ACL, he looks really, really fit. I'm a big fan of the headband as well. It gave me shades of Pat Cash at Wimbledon, and he covered the ground really well considering he's come back from a real serious injury. Definitely been a huge threat in transition, and although it was limited minutes and it wasn't like a game where you're getting Brownlow votes if they were there, I thought it really hinted at what potentially Bailey Smith brings to this side. He really creates a width of attack, which is sometimes what we call with Geelong that little bit of an issue because they play at a narrower ground. Do they spread well? I think suddenly they're a better spread side, and his ability to hit the contest really hard, but also link up play with class, I think is a huge element of the Cats season. We saw Dangerfield play predominantly forward this game, which is what we're expecting. He is getting older. Bailey Smith, I feel, is prime Dangerfield at Adelaide, which is probably what Geelong have never had. Dangerfield's been good, but I think that's probably the dream. So this really makes it interesting because I think Danger is a real dangerous forward type player. He's a canny type player. He understands when to get away from defenders. So as the game progressed, we saw Smith really play in the midfield where he did get stuck in. His clearance work, his speed out of stoppage, his ability to drive them forward is really important. And that is probably going to be a big continuous part of this series. Teams are looking to get the ball forward a little bit quicker and really rely on that pressure. I expect to see this be Smith's game. I think you'll see him play inside and out, slot across half forward. So Cats fans, let me know in the comments. Are you excited about seeing Bailey Smith? Going to be gutted we don't see that big night tick though. Tell you, going to be gutted to see that inside out. The next one is the Hawkingless forward line. And someone has to step up. Tom Hawkins and Jeremy Cameron, for me, are probably the two best combination forwards we've seen when two A-grade players play together. And they needed someone to step up and enter Ollie Henry. I really enjoyed how he played. He took the game to another level this week. 4 goals, looking dangerous really every time. And his ability to take strong marks and lead incredibly well, pull defenders out of their slot in their zone, really looked good. He was playing with a lot of confidence, but I also like the fact he looked to bring players in as well, which was a key avenue of Tom Hawkins' game. He always used to bring these players in. Close with no Stengel, more known for his pressure and being the metronome. I really enjoyed the fact that the pressure was being produced with goals. Took his goals really well. And Brad Close, for me, is one of the most underrated players. We talked about Bo McCreary briefly a couple of weeks ago. Brad Close, see him in the same category. People sleep on him, but this guy here, his pressure and what he brings to the team is understated. These two worked really well together, and it allowed players to really, really play their role. Their ability to create space, their ability to pressure, but also their ability to get free is really important. So I really liked the signs of this forward line. It looked quite deadly, although being a practice game. And we finished with one of my favourite players to talk about, Finn Maginness. And he played in this new role. We've heard about the new role, playing a little bit more forward, and suddenly he became the conduit between midfield and forward. He worked incredibly tirelessly, really getting to help the midfield defend, but then he was willing to win the ball back and get back in forward and act as that 65 kind of conduit, which meant he ended up kicking some nice snags as well. His ability to apply pressure, his ability to use the ball and deliver very clean entries inside 50 really was a confidence booster for this, and this looks like a natural fit. If he can continue this form going into the season proper, they might have unlocked something really different here, because I felt like if you could stop them getting inside 50s last year and not let them be so precise and stop that last kick before it went inside 50, you could beat Hawthorn. But this is a new element, and I think this could make them really deadly, particularly when you look at how Newcombe, Day, Maginness kind of combine to get that overlap run going. So effectively, you'd have a 9-on-6 in the forward line. I really like that key piece of Arsenal. So Finn Maginness is someone that I came away from this game and went, okay, cool, this guy's ready. So Hawthorn fans, what are you thinking about the Finn Maginness change? So that's a wrap from the Hawthorn Geelong game. Remember, there was some noticeable absentees as well. Geelong missed Conway, Manor, Guthrie, Lawson Humphrey, Stengel, and Jack Martin. He played VFL. Hawthorn, they were missing Nick Watson. Tom Barras will debut next week. D'Ambrosio, Luke Bruce, CJ, and Jarman Impey and Carl Amon. So they'll be back next week. But on what was sure, very impressive high-performance game. Geelong fans, let me know. Are you happy? Ollie Henry, is he going to break out this year? Hawthorn fans, Will Day, is he going to be an All-Australian? And what does everyone think of Finn Maginness and Bailey Smith? Two players that really caught the eye in this game. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for more AFL pre-season coverage. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Pom out.
Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.